Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe, click that bell. You just gained a new best friend. So today we're going to finish up the AMCAS application series. I'm going to basically just discuss some of the things that I might have missed or just some helpful tips going into the rest of this application season. So stick around, let's get into it. So at this point, we've already went over how to, start in Excel to put all your classes in from your transcripts. We've discussed personal statements and experiences. We've discussed how to prep prior to even getting into the application. So let's discuss some things such as recommendation letters. Now, recommendation letters, you want to definitely reach out to the individuals that you want a recommendation letter from about January timeframe. So that gives them enough time to write a really good recommendation letter for you, as well as get that information back to you in a timely manner. You also want to make sure that when you are reaching out to these recommenders, that you give them some type of idea as to how you want them to frame your recommendation letter. Now, previously in the previous video, I mentioned the 15 core competencies. So when you go through this list, if you would like, and to make sure that each recommender is discussing something different about you, you can let them know like, hey, would you mind focusing on how I do this in your recommendation letter? So that way, all your recommendation letters are different and they speak about some of your values in a different light. Now, I'm going to link a recommendation request, and you can go in and, make your changes and edits to this before you send it off to your recommender. But since we're already in 2021, go ahead and reach out to those recommenders so that you can get your recommendations promptly and on time. Now, recommendation letters work. They will have to be directly sent into AMCAS. So if you would like to see what your recommender has wrote about you, then establish that communication prior to them sending the information, because if they send it without you seeing what's on the recommendation letter, then you won't know what AMCAS is reading, right? So make sure you get a copy of these recommendation letters, as well as make sure you ask people who actually like you, okay? Don't give it to someone who has no type of positive thing to say about you at all, right? Give it to people that actually like you. Give it to people that you give it to people that you hold their opinion of you in high regard. I would also like to add, don't be afraid to write your own recommendation letters for your recommenders. I wrote all of mine, and it actually was easier for the recommender just to come in, make their edits, sign, and get it back to me. And I knew exactly what was in my recommendation letter because I wrote it. In my mind, I'm thinking like, who knows me better than me, right? In the bio, I will attach some examples of recommendation letters so you can get an idea of how to even approach a recommendation letter if you've never wrote one yourself. But if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me and ask me. I would definitely be more than willing to assist you. I already discussed the cost that it takes to even submit your application, so keep that in mind. Remember to apply for FAP so you can save some coins, okay? Because just for your application and submitting to one school is $175. For an additional school is $40. For each additional school is $40. So you want to try to save as much as you can. So please, please, please apply to FAP and see if you can get that benefit, so that way you can apply to 20 schools for free. Now, another thing that many people do not know of is Casper. Casper is a test that deals with personality, and a lot of schools are moving to where they require this test. So if you go on the Casper website, which I will link below, you can actually see if the school that you're applying to requires this test. Now, a lot of individuals, they go out, they buy books, they read up on this test. Honestly and truly, If you want to become a doctor and you have morals and you can empathize, I honestly do not feel like you need to go out and waste any money on buying a book on how to empathize with people or how to read the room. You'll be given so much time to type your response, and then it will be submitted and reviewed by multiple people, and then they will be sending these results off to schools. You do not get to see your results, so just keep that in mind. Don't be expecting to get these Casper results in the mail or through email, because you will not receive the results. They will be sent off to the school. So wrapping up this series, the biggest advice I can really give to you is please, please, please apply early. The early bird gets the worm. Keep in mind there's only so many seats at these medical schools, so if you get your application done, you have a good MCAT, you can get that seat, right? You can get that seat secured and know that you're good as early as October. I found out that I was accepted to multiple schools as early as October 15th. The reason you want to submit early is because the application has to be verified, and that can take anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks for AMCAS to verify your classes are correct, make sure there's no major mistakes. They will fix up to, I believe, 10 mistakes, and then after that point, they will send it back to you. So you want to make sure that all your classes are entered correctly, and if you've already prepped and put them in Excel, it's a lot easier just to transfer them over. You want to make sure all your information is correct. You want to make sure that when you submit that application, that's it. You don't have to worry about them, pushing it back for. You don't have to worry about them sending it back to you. So you please submit early so you can get verified. Now, once your application is verified, you'll get an email from AMCAS letting you know, hey, your application has been verified. If you do want to make any changes, then please go into your portal and carry on from there. But the whole point of submitting early is to be the first set of applications to be seen and verified. And once you're verified, especially if you get verified way before the time that they're going to send your application out to schools, it relieves you of so much stress. So once your application has been verified, it's been submitted, and it's now off process to the schools that you want it to be sent to, the schools will start sending you something called secondaries, right? Now with these secondaries, you do have to pay for them. The price can range anywhere from $30 to $200. I will link a website below that actually gives some of the older prompts for these secondaries, and most schools do not deviate too much from these prompts. I know this year some schools implement a COVID question, but most of these secondaries are going to be the same for all these schools. So please, once you have your application submitted, if you want to get a head start on writing your secondaries, please visit the website that I have linked below. Find your school, find the questions that they're going to ask, and start typing those up. I had my secondaries ready. So when the school sent me an email saying, congratulations, we would like to, send you a secondary for you to fill out, I had already had the information ready. It was edited. It was ready to go, copy and paste. And I was sending back these secondaries the same day, anywhere from 24 to 48 hours, getting this information back to them, so they understood I was committed, I was ready, I wanted this opportunity. So that's the great thing about prepping early, right? And that's why I'm trying to provide you guys with all these tools and assets that they have that many people don't know about in order for you to prep early. So please utilize this website to check out some of the secondaries for the schools that you want to apply to. Get those secondaries wrote and ready to be copied and pasted whenever you do get the email back from the school saying that you have earned a secondary from them. And then at that point, you're just waiting for interviews. In my next video, I will be doing a mock interview so you can kind of get an idea of what kind of questions you will be asked. I'll be doing it with an individual who is currently applying to medical school, so you can see how they answer those questions. And if you have any questions that you would like for me to discuss or answer, or if you have a video idea for me, please do not hesitate to email me at becoming.dr.russell@gmail.com or DM me on my Instagram at becoming.dr.russell. I wish you guys nothing but positive vibes. I'm sure you're all gonna blow it out the water. If you have any questions, reach out to me. We are best friends in this. I want all my besties to be successful. I want all my besties to get multiple medical school acceptances. And I want you guys to pass that information forward to the next.